Mm.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Mike, and today we are going to start Burnett Season 2. And I gotta say that I really liked the first season, and I think this is a show that's going to grow on me over time, just like so many other shows have done over the years, like Two and a Half Men and The Big Bang Theory and that sort of thing. But um, but I think this one has the same kind of staying power, to be honest. It's gonna be one of those shows that'll stick with me. Um, we reacted to the first season together, and I just want to say I really um, want to thank you guys for all the support on the very first season. Means a lot. And the first. I really liked the first season. I really do. I just think it has that kind of staying power. Um, if you're a fan of the show. Um, and that's why we're gonna be doing season two. Um, I really enjoyed the first season, and honestly, I would be, checking out the second season anyway, regardless of how well I did on the channel, just because I think the first season is that good. Um, some expectations to be set here. Um, I actually lost the intro to the first three episodes. So that's why I'm redoing the intro now. I've um, just got done editing episode three. So I'm kind of redoing the intro for that purpose because I can't find it anywhere. Um, but my expectations for the season are um, I'm expecting to see some new and familiar faces, um, some returning guest stars. It seems like in the title that we'll use the guest stars for the title of episodes, which is kind of cool. I've never show to do that. Um, they want some more Carol and Sis. They want some of the um other skits that are kind of long running, like VIP. But I don't think we're gonna get as many as those if we do it all this season because they um they really stopped doing it at the um towards the end of the season. They stopped doing them. So I forget the name of the person that she always fights with. But they have such a chemistry. They always fight with each other. Uh, she's in the first three episodes. Forget her name. Uh, but really like the chemistry between Carol and her. So I forget who she is. You guys will recognize her. The girl I'm talking about. Just get where Carol and this other girl are 5 years old. But I'm getting ahead of myself with the intro. Um, because this is the intro to the season. But yeah, I'm just hoping for uh, bigger, not bigger, just more return guest stars and uh, skits that are pretty fun, skits that'll stay, with me, as I'm sure it has with many of you. Um, so I'm really looking forward to the season it as it continues. Really, um, if you guys want to, you guys can catch the entire first season of the Care Burnett show on my channel. There is a playlist as well. Um, and I'll even link the playlist up in the top right hand corner for you as far as a card and stuff, so you can go ahead and check that out. Um, so it'll be very, very interesting going forward. Um, and yeah, I'm just ready for the next season of the Cara Barnett show. So let's get into it. Um, and I'll quit my talking and we can just get into the episode. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's marvelous to be back, and I'd like to tell you about who we have on the show tonight. There's a lady that I have been a fan of ever since 1952, when I first saw her and heard the album of New Faces of 1952. Marvelous comedian, Miss Alice Ghostley.
Never heard of her.
And one of the best buddies I have in the whole world, Jim Nabors.
He's back.
So now that we're back and rested from a summer vacation, you have any questions you might want to ask? Yes.
Carol, we'd like to know what secret you used to develop your fabulous figure.
It's no secret, silicone.
She ain't got a sense of humor. I love it.
I'd love to bring out our regulars to say hello to you this evening. Vicki Lawrence, Lyle Wagoner, and Harvey Korman.
Okay, so they're back. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, it's only been 3 months, because some of you, if you think about it in terms of school, then...
I gotta tell you, Harvey broke his toe last week playing with this little girl. They were playing hide and go seek or something like that, and broke his toe, and played 18 holes of golf the same day, and then came into rehearsal expecting sympathy. Walk for the people.
Walk for the people.
I always like it. Jim Conway's out
Stand up,
there.
take about 10,
Hey,
please.
He's also there.
Your hair got so long.
He got shorter.
Don't know how you can get any handsomer.
Oh, Carol, thank you.
How are you, Harvey? Don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the same intro as before. Not bad, not bad.
Bringing up a teenage sister was not the easiest job in the world, and sometimes there were complications. Like the time I was just getting over the flu, and Roger came home with news that gave me the chills all over again.
That's interesting. They started off in the living room instead of the kitchen.
how do you feel?
Honey, much better.
Oh, I'm so glad. I've been so concerned.
Oh, it was only the flu. It's almost all over now.
I know, darling, but I love you so much that I just can't help worrying.
Oh, you're being generous and kind and sympathetic, and it's not like you.
My sister Mimi is in town.
Yeah. Why is that a bad thing? Then I would understand if it was the mother-in-law.
Crying, Carol? Roger's sister Mimi is coming to see us.
She knows what that means.
Bet she hates me.
That's certainly not true.
She always said I wasn't good enough for you.
That's...
You're too late.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know she babies me, but she is my sister, and that's probably me.
There must be such an age difference or something. Because my sister never did that.
Hi, Mimi. Oh, Roger. My sweet.
Is this one of the guest stars?
Hi, Mimi.
Don't you worry about it, everything's going to be all right. Mimi's here. She'll take care of you. Why, Carol, you haven't changed a bit. Poor thing.
You remember Carol's sister Chris, don't you?
Hi, Mimi. It's nice to see you again.
How old are you now?
18.
Well, that's all you needed. A sickly wife with an old maid for a sister-in-law.
She's only 18, Mimi. I was 22 before I got married.
Well, you can't count on another miracle. Now, my dear, if you're taking something, we can knock it in the bud before it gets started.
Knock
Here,
it in the
open
bud?
up your mouth.
What's it called?
Baby aspirin. Maybe he should have a nice hot cup of chicken soup.
We don't have any chicken soup.
A house without chicken soup is like a hospital without penicillin.
You know, somehow I kind of That seems kind of, I don't know how to phrase that, but that kind of makes sense in a way.
Oh, a horn for my car?
For your bike.
His bike? Mimi's going to be 37 years old next month.
There are 2 dates I'll never forget. Your anniversary in Pearl Harbor.
I'm going to call the hotel for a reservation.
Yeah, but she's staying here.
That's
Not
kind
for
of.
her, for me.
Don't worry about she. She is leaving. She only came because it was sick. Now that it is better, she is leaving.
Well, that's perfectly fine with it. Christine, come out here and say goodbye to she. Chris!
And we continue that as well.
I recently sponsored a girls' basketball team here in Hollywood, the Burnett's.
They're not all brunettes.
But I thought a basketball team usually had 5 players.
How do you like that? Somebody stole my right guard.
Bad joke, bad joke.
Yes, Mother, he'll be here any minute, but I don't think he's going to like me.
Well, I really believe that old saying, men don't make passes at girls who wear glasses.
I've never heard that, actually. Is that true? I've never heard that saying.
Tonight, there will be two people to do. If you for me, I'm in the mood for love.
Is it really necessary to look in the people? You did it at the beginning, but you also needed to do it the second time? Shouldn't you know the apartment number? Maybe you should have the glasses back on since you can't see, since you're blind as a bat. And she's gonna smush them when they sit back down.
Well, hello there. You must be Roy. Won't you come right in? Where did you take your coat from? My goodness, just make yourself right at home. I'll put the coat right in the closet. Yes, and now you bring back the dry cleaning.
That's funny.
I'm Roy.
Oh,
Are you Sylvia?
I think so.
Well, it sure is nice to meet you.
Roy. Oh, my goodness, you're a short one, aren't you? Oh, you're adjustable. Can I offer you a little drinky poo?
Oh, well, I never say no. Just lead me to it.
Okay. Oh, there we are.
The blind leading the blind here.
Growing again.
At least if he's not a shower.
One for you. One for me. Here's looking at you.
Go.
Down the hatch. Roy, could I trouble you for a light, please?
Oh, my pleasure.
I don't know if we should be mixing fire into this.
Thank you. Could I offer you another martini?
But I will.
Okay, say when.
When?
It must be cold or something.
Your mother was telling me some fascinating things about you.
Oh.
She said you were just a whiz at reading palm. Would you like to read my palm?
I'll try. Give me your hand. My, you have a very delicate, slender hand, Roy. That you've had many loves.
Oh.
Yes, and it says that you are extremely forceful and very passionate.
My little gypsy.
My real interest, Roy, is interior decorating. I simply fell in love with Japanese modern.
What is he trying to do?
But I think the final result, I put in this exquisite Japanese screen. And I treated, of course, I chose pastels because they're so restful. Now, put on a record, it'll just take me a second.
What poked her in the eye?
My, you're light as a feather.
Not so bad yourself. Watch it, Roy.
Was that the girl from Ipanema? Let me know, guys, if that was the girl from Ipanema.
You broke my glasses.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I wear. I wore glasses too.
He called it.
You mean you need glasses too?
Well, no, I don't really need them. They were a gift from my eye doctor.
From my eye doctor.
What do you know? We've got something in common.
I need to go get my eyes checked, honestly.
I don't hate kissing, Sylvia.
Neither do I.
That was actually very inventive. I didn't know where she was going to go with that, actually.
It's very nice to see all of you tonight. I'd like to tell you about our show. Aside from Vicki Lawrence and Lyle Waggoner and Harvey Korman, our special guest tonight is Miss Carol Channing.
Wasn't she on last season too? Not sure.
Do you ever get butterflies in your stomach when you go on stage?
No.
Doing that for the kid.
You have a business card?
I would expect so. I mean, it is late 60s, early 70s.
What business? Oh, I don't. Is Burnett my real name? Yes. Are we related or something?
I'm doing a genealogy. I wondered.
Doing a genealogy? What's
Yeah.
that?
Really, you don't know what a genealogy is?
I'm going to do a genealogy on me as a favor. I'd enjoy it very much. His name was Black Bart Burnett. In Texas, and I think he was hanged for cattle rustling. And if it's true, let me know if you find out. I've never worked with Carol before, and I must say she is a total delight and an absolute nut.
That's who was going to say doll. An absolute doll. Well, that is blonde.
Were you nervous when you were doing Hello Dolly?
Like you? No, I don't remember it at all.
Do you have false eyelashes?
I certainly do. Yes, they're certainly false, yes. Is there any doubt? You mean you honestly believe them?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Although, kind of makes sense that he would ask that question.
My mother doesn't know me without them, so I've worn them ever since I can remember. I've just gotten into them always.
Since you were about, what, 5 weeks old?
About like that, yes.
Yeah.
About 5 weeks old. Trying to make a joke there.
Because you see, with false eyelashes, you can pin them open if you want.
Any other questions?
You really didn't have a follow-up statement after that.
How many performances of Dolly did you do?
1,273.
My Lord.
I mean, that is impressive, but I don't know what she's talking about.
I eat very healthy food.
Like bear meat and buffalo meat and
That's
water
right.
is from Hot Springs, Arkansas, and stuff like that. Well,
Goat is delicious.
Goat's
Yes.
delicious.
It's very healthy.
She had ptomaine poisoning.
I think it was the frozen elk.
I said, frozen elk? And she said, yes, I had it frozen, and it was flown in because I was on the road. And it must have defrosted too fast at the airport. She said, you have to be careful on the road because you can't just eat any old elk.
I wish I were that funny. Carol just hears things a little off. You know?
My honor to present to you a great man. A man of the people, a candidate for the presidency of these United States.
Listen, this speech on national television. Now remember, keep smiling at me.
That's what I'm so tired.
And hang on every word.
Yes, I know, but I've heard your speech so often it puts me to sleep. What's the line I'm supposed to laugh at?
You laugh when I say, I don't care how much barbecue sauce they put on it, it's still baloney.
Wonder what his speech is going to be about.
What a real pleasure it is to return here and once again have the opportunity of partaking of your wonderful drinking water. But nowhere have we found the warmth, the sincere interest, and the hospitality that you people have displayed to us here today. And as always, when we come here, my wife and I cannot help but be impressed by the good fortune you have to live in this wonderful state. With its farms and its cities, its lakes and its rivers, its highways and...
Oh yeah, she did say that I was trying to figure out what was wrong.
Its parks and playgrounds, its factories and its museums, its industry and its culture. And may I say...
She's just nodding off, but also mimicking what he's saying in the speech as well.
Was the ride across the river a few hours ago in your fine mayor's fine car with my beautiful, devoted wife.
Sleeping with your eyes open, but snoring.
Of Mansion Hill. And there, stretching out to the left, those miles and miles of quaint adobe huts. Yes, friends, these are the sights that renew one's faith. And as you go...
She's not going to get back up.
And, oh, yes, you see, Robin, there are many good things, too. And I might add, you would realize that too often we can't see the forest for the trees. Only the other day I said to my wife, who, by the way, has been a real soldier in this effort, I said to her, honey, rigorous though this campaign may be, what an opportunity to meet your fellow citizens.
Why? Didn't have to do that.
Mature and grow as a human being. Now, it is admittedly one thing to criticize when our opposition says you've never had it so good. My friends, I don't care how much barbecue sauce they put on it. It's still baloney.
Wow, that's quite a face right there. That might make the thumbnail right there.
Pringle! Pringle!
Yes, sir.
How far did we jog today?
10 miles.
It's amazing. I'm not even winded.
Well, you were sitting most of the time.
Your medicine. Oh, yes, sir.
You're slow enough, Pringle.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I've been your private secretary and your companion for over 20 years. And then you remember when I took that crash course in nursing when you caught pneumonia in that topless restaurant? I don't ask for much, sir. Just a smile, a nod, a kind word.
Shut up.
And that's the kind of word right there.
It's your little niece. How are you, Uncle Al?
Now, don't see her. It could be fatal.
So what? There's plenty more where she came from. Yeah. How long have you been my niece?
For 2 whole weeks, don't you remember? It was at your birthday party. You adopted me, and I popped up out of your oatmeal cake, giving me my beautiful, voluminous ermine coat, and my platinum bracelet, and my little baby-sized Rolls Royce.
Hey, tomorrow I'll send you a dozen roses.
Oh, please don't. I don't want to be obligated.
Yeah, because that's going to push it over the limit right there.
Pucker up, sir.
Pringle, say it for me.
Oh, do I have to?
Hurry, Pringle.
Wahoo.
Why would you ever say that?
Necklace. You can open your eyes now.
Uncle Alfie, this is a beautiful bauble. It's not the price. No, it's the, what am I trying to, it's not the price.
The thought?
No, it's the thought.
There you go.
Just what I wanted, a $10,000 thought.
Time for your shot, sir.
What does he get, honey?
200 cc's of plat for me.
Papa made his bag.
You are just as cute as a little baby.
It's just like that she probably didn't want to see.
And you are so cute. All that. And it's just so much I can have.
Pringle! Here's a great big check for you.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Alfie. I just put this in a place where nobody can find it. Ha!
Pringle, quick, my glasses. Hurry, Pringle.
Here, sir.
It's too late.
You will probably have other opportunities unless you die during the skit.
Here's your paycheck.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'll just put this in a place where nobody can find it.
Pringle.
Yes, sir.
A Next time you do that, take off my glasses.
Oh, burn.
She's something else. I'm falling apart, Pringle. Quick, get me over the garden. I want to see her when she passes. Hurry up, Pringle. Get me to the balcony, quick, you klutz.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen with the mustache, I don't think. But maybe it was.
Our guests tonight are Nanette Fabre and Trini Lopez.
I think those were a few regulars. Not regulars, I should say, but guest stars from last season.
You have a present for my cousin Janice that she left at Solvay? Okay, would you bring it back afterwards? Oh.
Got up right away.
Are you going to run for any kind of office like Shirley Temple?
Call back to the first season, I think.
No, I hadn't really planned on it. Not really. I don't think. You think I should?
Yes.
What? What office?
Congress.
Congress? Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Sure, thank you.
Oh, so she gets to get up. It's interesting.
Mindy, hi. What? How old are you?
14.
14? I have a fella out there for you. May I open it now? Okay. Whoops.
I don't know what she meant by that. Maybe they cut it from the episode.
Oh my goodness. I'm a Carol Burnett doll. I walk and talk and yell like Tarzan.
But which Tarzan?
Did you make that yourself, Mindy? Yeah. That's very cute, thank you.
Good-looking cameraman at camera 4.
Where did I get such a good-looking cameraman on camera 4?
That's him from the last season.
His name is Pat Kenny. What's your name? Aaron Kenny.
Aaron Kenny.
He is pretty cute. He tells me that all the time. Yes. Do I have a favorite song that I enjoy singing? My favorite song is Fly to the Bumblebee, but it's a terrible thing. Very difficult with the lyrics. How do you get to the ladies' room? You have to go? Sure, come on.
Wow, I can't believe she actually stopped the show to help her. There's your 15 seconds of fame.
When she comes back, we should all say, "We know where you've been."
Question is, are you going to wait for her?
Sitting right next to Millie is my real kid sister, Chris. Chrissy, would you say?
Oh, we actually get to see the real Chris.
Oh, there. Would you stand up? Lyle Waggoner's folks are here. This is
That's very nice.
It's so good to see you. And I might as well break all the ladies' hearts. Lyle's wife is sitting there, too. Sharon, would you stand up?
You did kind of a half. I'll stand, but I won't stand too long.
We know where you've been. We know where you've been. You're a dancer and you'd like to know how to get into show business? Practice. That's the best way to do it. It's keep studying. Well, there's a dancer right behind you. Don?
He's like, run away.
Don Crichton, come here, or you won't be back next week. Get over.
We'll be back next week.
It's very hard in practice and learn all kinds of dance. Just what Carol said.
Isn't there anybody she's got a date or anything like that?
We all have to date Carol on
Everyone's got a sense of humor. I love it.
How old was I when I had my first date, and what did I do? That's all the time we have for questions. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello. Don't you know how to talk? Sure I do. Then why don't you say hello? I'm not a stranger. I'm only 5 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 5.5. I know. How do you know? 'Cause you look older than me. What's your name? Louise. My name is Bobby. Are you a boy or a girl? Well, what do I look like? You could either be a girl or a very rich boy. Well, I'm a girl,
And I hate you.
And I hate you double.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
Can you do that?
What, pat your head and rub your tummy?
There was a lot of fighting in the park yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the police came, and you know what?
What?
Well, they were hitting people with clubs.
Yeah?
And they were screaming and bleeding.
What was going on?
It was a love-in.
Does your mouth leak when you drink milk?
I don't know what you mean by that.
It worked like a straw.
I leak. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be beautiful.
Oh, I hope you have a second choice.
Wow. Wow.
How would you like to lose some baby teeth? Want to play a game?
Yeah. Yeah, but how can we play that when we're not talking?
We can make believe that we're married.
My mommy always screams at my daddy about the foreign situation.
What foreign situation?
Well, that's Daddy and the Swedish maid.
Oh. We had one of those, and she had long blonde hair, and Mommy fired her.
Why?
Because all she did was turn on the washing machine and the dishwasher.
Oh, is that all?
And she also turned my daddy on. I know where babies come from.
Well, so do I.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Babies come from the hospital.
Boy, some kids will believe anything.
Where do babies come from?
Sex.
What's that?
A department store, dum-dum, 6 Fifth Avenue.
I don't get it. Maybe there was a department store called that, or basically that was like the address between the roads or whatnot. 6 and Adam.
The stomach turns.
You don't seem yourself today, Ruth.
I have something to tell you, Marion. Sit down. We've been like sisters.
Ruth,
What?
we are sisters.
Wow.
You mean you knew we were sisters all along, and you didn't say anything? Why? Why? Why?
I really love that shot.
What is it you had to tell me, Ruth? You already told me that part.
I only have 6 months to live. Only 6
Where the orchid comes in.
What is it you're dying of?
Well, I know you'll find this hard to believe, Marion.
A broken heart?
I have malaria.
But Ruth, this is New England. How could you get malaria?
I caught it at the library. I fell into a pile of National Geographic.
Oh, that's the doorbell. Now, don't forget what we were talking about.
I don't know how she could.
Who are you?
My name is Sheila Jones. I come from a small town and a big family. I was the eldest daughter when Mother died, and I had to quit school and scrub floors to raise my 11 brothers and sisters. I've come to Canoga Falls to start a new life, but I have no money and no place to live.
Would you like to live here?
Yes, I would.
Upstairs, first door on your right. This is my sister Ruth. She's dying.
Really? You gonna ask somebody that?
Does anyone else know about your malaria?
Oh, Marion, of course not. And you mustn't tell them.
I won't, dear, but why?
Well, Marion, it's contagious.
Yeah, you...
Bruce, why don't you go sit in the kitchen? But don't touch anything.
So you give her the baby.
Hello, old Dr. Malone. Thank you so much for coming over.
I'm leaving Canoga Falls, you know.
Why, you're more than a doctor to this town. You're a humanitarian, a father figure. You represent kindness and wisdom and human warmth.
Hello, I'm Dick Baker, the new doctor.
Goodbye, you old fuck.
What are you doing here? I hope you haven't been touching anyone.
No, just Marion.
And I wish you'd stop.
Is it true I only have 6 months to live?
Yes, my dear. Unless
Unless what?
you get hit by a streetcar.
Where are you going, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to fulfill a lifelong ambition. Do something I've always wanted to do.
What's that?
Go to medical school.
Well, that raises questions.
Doctor, have you found a place to live yet?
Not yet.
Upstairs, first door on your right.
Wonderful.
Better yet, make that the first door on your left.
Do you know anything about malaria?
A little.
That's too bad.
Why?
Because she has a lot.
Open your mouth and say ah.
Ah,
You don't have malaria?
I don't.
She don't?
No, Ruth, you don't have malaria. You have...
What does Ruth have? And what about Marion? Is she in love with young, handsome Dr. Baker?
Yes.
And what about pretty Sheila Jones? Why did she really come to Canoga Falls? And why did old Dr. Malone and Marion's daughter leave town the very same day? Will Marion and young, handsome Dr. Baker fall in love at Ruth's funeral? And will Marion ever live through the delicate brain transplant she will soon undergo? Tune in tomorrow as the stomach turns.
You know, I kind of want to see that. Like, I just want to see what happens. I know that's kind of weird, but I do want to see what happens.
Bet you can't eat just one.
Bet I can.
Can't eat just one.
I can.
Now throw it away.
So I was wrong.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
I don't like the outfit, but it doesn't make any sense for the context for the episodes that we just seen. Time we had to say so long. I hope in the near future we find out exactly why she's wearing that and what skit they did. I think this season is off to a very strong start for the second season of the Cara Burnett show. I like that we started with Cara and Sis. I really do appreciate that. There were, with just talking about the skits here, I thought that it was actually a good one, but the thing that surprised me is that it was his sister and not his actual mom, because the sister was actually being way too over motherly for my taste. I could see the mother not liking Carol, in that dynamic, because that's real dynamic that happens as far as that goes. So, but yeah, I mean, overall I really like the skit, and I like that Sissy was or Chris was she also reacted to maybe just coming in, so I like it that it was actually her too, because who knows, she might have had a different opinion of Mimi, but they seem to have both the same opinion of Mimi. The jokes were actually pretty good, cutting right to the core of Carol. But yeah, I'm really wondering what the dynamic was like for Roger. Just because that's very odd that the sister took over the motherly role, and I just kind of want some, backstory on that because we do know that anytime that Roger has anything to do with work or, um, guest starring, he always seems to have very famous people in his family, um, that sort of thing. So, and I know that's um, not really the case in real life and whatnot, but it just makes me wonder about the character of Roger and what his family dynamic was like, and we get that through the famous guest stars and the company he worked for and that stuff. But it makes you really wonder just what his life was like before he met Carol, um, and that sort of thing. So it paints a it paints a it paints a picture. Let's just say that, and we're getting more of that picture as time goes on. Um, is it my favorite Carol on this skit? I would probably say not, but it's more development of the character of Roger and um, of Carol and Roger. So I really like it. Um, the second skit, I really like how uh, keep coming up with these date scenario skits. There was a new saying in there um, that I find that I've never heard before. Um, it was something along the lines of guys don't make passes at girls that wear glasses. And it's actually very catchy. It actually rhymes. And I think that's why, if it is a true saying, it is very catchy. And I wonder why it died out. If it's just for, this um, episode, then uh, I'm very impressed with them coming up with that. So, and honestly, all it really takes is uh, the girl being nice to us. Doesn't matter if they wear glasses or don't wear glasses. Um, it's really that simple. Uh, just being nice to us will work. So, and I kind of like this skit too, as far as that goes. They come up with some funny stuff. Uh, but I'm just curious about the lighter thing because I don't know many people that carry around lighters with them. And I think it's just a part of the 60s and 70s and 50s and that sort of thing. I think just kind of like hats. Men used to wear hats all the time, and men still do wear hats, but it's more baseball caps than anything else. It's not like it's not like the 1930s fedora or yes, let me go and grab my hat before I leave to go to the store or something like that. It's so I think that the lighter thing is just part of the time, honestly. Um, now, for people that probably smoke, they probably do uh, carry a lighter on them, but I think that number has drastically gone down over uh, the 60 years since this has debuted, um, or close to 60. But wow, 6 decades. Anyway, getting sidetracked, but I thought the jokes were pretty funny. Um, they always seem to make jokes about the height thing because I know back in the day, height was a pretty much was a big deal. Um, back then, people would talk about it often. Don't hear much about it now, but I still know it is kind of a big deal, but not as big as it was. From what I'm gathering, anyway. Um, so it was kind of fun to play around with that. Um, and just some funny jokes in there. Um, and I like how both of the characters in this skit, uh, even though they didn't get like the martini, or they didn't get to light up the cigarette, the other ones still kind of acted like they did, you know, that sort of thing. So uh, that's kind of interesting to me. Um, at least is that. So overall, I think it was a strong opening to the show. I really liked the questions. I did notice, I think, at least for these last three, and there, it's all gonna be. Um, I think they did a lot better job of uh, hearing the audience ask questions. Because in the first season, I relied on Carol to actually repeat the question, um, to um, to actually hear the question a lot. That way, I knew what was being asked. But for this season, they seem to have fixed that, so you can actually hear the audience member ask the question instead of having Carol repeat the question, which I think was a very good move. Because usually kept that in there so that we could actually hear the question and then she could respond to it. But at least with the first three episodes, um, I'm able to not have to have Carol repeat the question. I can just cut that out of the editing process. So I really, really do like that portion of the show was improved upon, as well as hearing the actual audience member um, share their questions. Um, Also, in that, while we're on the topic of questions from the audience, I do like that she announces basically the guest stars, and it seems like a lot of them have returned as well in following episodes, or you know, thing for people that have been on the show before, keep coming back to the Cara Barnett show to do skits and stuff like that. And even if they are not performing that night, it was cool to see some of the guest stars in the audience uh, that have been on the show and that have worked with Carol. And that really speaks to Carol Burnett as a person, and just her, you know, kindness and generosity. And you can tell that she's just a real pleasant person to be around. Even when her, uh, e- even though her guest stars that have been on the show aren't performing, they're willing to come back to support her, that sort of thing. Um, Also, I was very, very surprised, and that we actually got to see the real Chris. Um, and honestly, I like that. I like that the real Chris came to Carol shows and actually um, supported her sister in what she's doing. I really do like that. That is something that just speaks volumes to me. Um, and so that is actually very nice. And then we got to see um, also uh, Lyle Wagner's parents and then wife, because it was a long running joke throughout the first season. Well, not really a joke necessarily, but it was a long running gag, I guess you could say, about whether or not Lyle was actually married or is looking to get married just by the audience um, in that portion. I mean, they never made a skit about it or anything, but they, you know, I think that having the audience question, it's its own life. It's its own segment of the show. It's its own living, breathing animal. And so through the running gag of the audience questions has always been is, you know, is Lyle married or how would you like to be married or how old is Lyle and um, that sort of thing. So that was kind of cool to see both his parents and his wife. It was cool to see the real Chrissy, um, and she is attractive. Actually, Chrissy is the um, her sister is, uh, but that's just kind of interesting to me. But anyway, so the other thing too is Pat returns. The cameraman on camera 4 returns because I really liked the towards the middle of the season to the end of the season of the first season. Um, he is willing to make jokes at Carol's expense and that sort of thing. Um, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there was a question um, made by one of the audience members that was a child, um, and she basically asked the question, "Where did you find a good cameraman on, um, camera 4? The attractive man on camera 4?" And um, so it's nice to see that a lot of the people that actually help make the production, and not just the actors, but actually help do the production side of it and the pre-production and all that stuff, still get kind of credits and get questions asked by the audience. But anyway, the little girl asked a question about Pat, and and they had turned the camera to Pat, and Carol kind of asked why do you ask? What it, because she asked him what his name is, and um, well, his name is, I forget his last name, but his first name is Pat. And then the little girl goes, well, it's gonna be Erica, I believe she said, and then his last name. And at the time, I took it as, you know, there's this uh, famous trope of girls writing their first name and then the last name of the guy that they're attracted to. And I took it as kind of that. Um, but then I thought about it after rewatching it so that I could record the outro for this. And I thought about maybe they were actually related. Uh, maybe that's his like granddaughter or something. Could have been taken that way too. Uh, I don't know. You guys have to tell me what you think because I did keep it in the reaction. So just let me know what you guys think on that. Uh, so, and I gotta say, there are a few repeats of questions as far as just general questions. Uh, but there are a few good questions in there that we haven't heard before from previous seasons. So um, that's good. Uh, and then to go on to the second episode of the season, just to kind of talk about that, I'm going to talk about the very last. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about the very first one. The first one, but I'm just gonna call him Roger. But just because he's from in Carol Insists, but his name is something different here. Basically, Roger is running for um, the presidency, and it was just a long setup of a joke for, um, you know, because Carol had heard the speech so many times and stuff, so they thought they would do something funny with her hearing the speech over and over again. But by that point, she was so tired that um, that she was just falling asleep at these conventions and whatnot, and it was just a long running joke for that because it's like I don't care what they call it. To me, it's still baloney, and it's just like for me, I think that was kind of the uh, just not as funny skit. Though. Like that was the weakest one out of all that, just for that setup, just for that setup and that joke. To be honest, to me, I did not enjoy that skit as much as the other ones. So to me, that's uh, I just think that was kind of a weak one out of the rest of them. And then we had um, and then we had another skit with the episode 2, um, as the stomach turns. Now, if I remember correctly from the first season, they um, they actually did the final episode as the stomach turns. Um, this is about the New England family and stuff, and it's played up as a soap opera and that sort of stuff. I actually thought the jokes were pretty funny, um, pretty unique, kind of a mocking. Well, I'm gonna say mockumentary, but basically a parody of soap operas and how funny and dramatic they can actually be. I I just really liked the skits overall. Now I did leave out the part with the daughter in this because it had no bearing on what was actually going on in the skit. Basically, I believe her real name is Vicky. Vicky leaves after saying that I'm not your real daughter, and Carol says somehow I always knew that, or something like that, or I never knew that. So she leaves. So I decided to cut that part out because it just wasn't important to the rest of what was going on. Uh, but like I said, I thought they actually had canceled the um or did the final episode for the stomach turns, but that doesn't mean that you can't you can still have fun with the overall premise of a soap opera and still using the same title for the show. Um, so the skit was actually pretty good in my opinion. Um, so that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that. The third episode, I really liked the third episode a lot, more than I thought I would actually. Um, so the third episode starts with a skit of um, Carol and another um, lady play 5-year-olds, and they basically uh, make jokes and how they kind of interpret the world. You had one about uh, the the marriage. You had another one about what happened at the park yesterday. Um, you had one about where babies come from, and to be honest, I thought that one was the funniest one of all. Um, because of um, just how uh, just how it works. Um, well, just because of the context of it. So, what? Um, so one of them says that they come from the hospital. The other one says it comes from sex, and then she finishes this and after saying sex, and she says like 6th Avenue or something, because she does say that they come from a department store, um, which is still pretty funny, um, to me anyway. But that kind of left some confusion to me on when I was actually filming the reaction, because I couldn't tell if she actually knew where baby comes from or if she was talking about the actual, um, if she was actually talking about a department store, because she said 6th Avenue. So I was a little bit confused there as far as the, you know, which one she actually believed. But if I watched it again and I believe that it is the basically she does believe they come from a store instead of how actually uh, babies are made. Um, at least to me when I watched it again for filming the outro. So that was pretty funny. Um, then we had the other one that was kind of funny. Um, it the skit's called "I Love You" something, but I can't remember the rest of the name of it. Um, and it was about this rich guy who has a nurse, and basically, since he has all this money, he basically um, adopted. Well, I shouldn't say adopted. He really didn't adopt her, but um, he basically found himself a gold digger or sugar mama, if you want to call it that. Um, and funny stuff ensues, and I thought it was pretty funny with the jokes that they came up with, because the guy's in a wheelchair and he treats his nurse very badly. So, and then there's all this, uh, all the different jokes about how the um, the person that he is supporting with just money, and she's basically trading, um, you know, flirtations and other things as well with this old man. Um, so um, it's just very funny in the fact that uh, basically they do her basically the person that he found versus the actual nurse, and how he views the nurse versus how he views the person that he found, the lady he's trading flirtations and other favors with, and it basically goes back in digging at Carol for not having um, any sex appeal. Um, you know, he doesn't see her as as a he doesn't see her as a viable option, because to be honest, Carol does uh, have that. It's but uh, according to the skit, she doesn't, and so um, when you had that setup, it just kind of makes it so that you have some funny jokes in there and stuff like that, which is actually pretty funny. Um, I thought he died when he initially fell out the window, but a second later, he yells out to the nurse or Pringle. It took me just now until to remember her name in the skit, but the nurse is Pringle. And to add a little bit of extra comedy, because what happens is the um, gold digger ends up leaving out of the parking lot. He wants to follow her to the parking lot, so they basically rush him over to the window. But Pringle is moving so fast that he flies out the window, and then Pringle follows him out the window instead of out the door, um, to kind of end the skit. Um, I thought it was actually okay. It was good. If they continue kind of the storyline um, with it, I could see it being even funnier. Just kind of like with um, different scenarios and that sort of thing. So kind of make it like Carol and Sis, and it'll be pretty funny just seeing that. I I go back and forth on this, guys. So that was the entire um but those were the entire 3 episodes. The skits were good. The one that I didn't like really was when Roger was running for president. Um just because I was kind of silent throughout that entire time. Not much for me to comment on. Um that sort of thing. But the rest of them were pretty good. Got some good laughs out of them. Um and then so um yeah, that's the skits in its entirety, and where we're at for the very beginning of season 2. A very strong, strong opening. Um, if I had to make any predictions, or what I would want out of the show would be, skits. Um, I want skits to continue kind of um, serial instead of episodic. But then again, I don't know how you would do a serial skit um, in the context of the show, the way the show is set up, or anything like that. Going week after week like that. I think the best thing to do is what they're doing with Carol and Sis at this point, which is Carol and Sis still continues, but it's done episodically. So whenever they come up with ideas, then they, really give it all that week and whatnot. And we just continue to build character, and we just continue to build the character development and the relationships between characters episodically, which I think is probably going to be the best route to go if they wanted to do another episodic skit. Um, but yeah, I think out of all of them, I think my favorite skit was the park skit, or the 5-year-old, um, the 5-year-old baby skit that they did at, to open to basically open the 3rd episode of the season. I think that's my favorite out of the 3 episodes I watched. Um, with that being said, guys, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. There's 28 or 29 episodes. What I will say is that the first episode and the other two, the first episode was recorded on a different streaming platform than the one the one I'm on now. So the image is a little bit off as far as um, that goes, but I'm gonna use the streaming service I found to watch the rest of them since they are on that streaming service to begin with. So we'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes. But like I said, it's just been a very strong start. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of these episodes. And looking forward to seeing you guys' reaction to the first, or basically the second season of the Care Barnett Show. With that, guys, if you guys do have any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys can leave them down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, guys.